Hey, Steve Magnante here at High Octane Classics in Auburn, Massachusetts with a 1971 Dodge Challenger convertible. Now, we all know that 1970 through 74 were the years that you could buy a first-gen Dodge Challenger. Well, 70 and 71 were the only 2 years you could get it as a convertible. Now, this is a 71. It has a 70 grille, but otherwise has most of its original body panels, including the quarters, the doors, the trunk, and it's a solid example. Now, one thing about this car is that it's a 383, got the N code, and the 383 costs an additional $139 over the standard 318 two-barrel. So let's take a peek at that engine. Yeah, and there it is. This is the 383 four-barrel with the standard dual snorkel air cleaner. This one does have aftermarket finned aluminum valve covers, but very much unrestored under the hood. And like I say, the original paint on this is largely still present under the hood. The original inner fenders and firewall never been rusted. This is a very clean original car. Driver quality, some would say don't restore this, leave it like it is. They're only original once, and this is a great example. And again, this is the 383 four-barrel engine in a non-RT Challenger convertible. Keep in mind, if you wanted a Challenger convertible RT, 1970 was your only year. 71, the RT was dropped. So this one has been given a 70 RT grille, but it's a 71. Okay, let's go inside and explore. Well, along the way, by the way, these are American Racing torque thrust style wheels, front disc brakes in place, and big drums in the back. We'll get to those in just a second. But on our way, let's have another look at this nice rust-free body. Break out the magnet, go down lower. These things are classically rusty, and this magnet wants to stick anywhere we put it. And down the bottoms of the doors and the rockers, let's give these a look. Right there, that's classic where these things rotted out in Massachusetts. But this one is a very, very clean survivor. How nice is that? Inside, this one's a column shifted automatic. The 727 3-speed manual was a standard transmission, but you got that. And something pretty cool on this one is it has power windows, which were a $101 option, front and rear. And again, these are pretty seldom seen in convertibles or even hardtops. Now, keep in mind that 1,857 convertibles were built in 1971, the final year for Challenger convertible production. And of them, a small number were big block cars. Most were 6 cylinders or 318 two-barrels. So it's kind of a muscle car. Now, what we hear in the back, you'll notice the original brake drum is painted red. That means this car had rally wheels at the back. This red paint is something that was brushed onto the front of the drum at the factory. And that's a remnant, and it's also an indicator of how original this car is. And speaking of which, let's break out this magnet once again and explore the quarter panels. Look at that. It sticks everywhere. There's no plastic in this car. I mean, that is incredible, especially for a convertible, a Challenger, and in Massachusetts, this is perhaps a one-of-one kind of a car survivor in this condition. At the back, it does have the correct 1971 metal argent taillight panel, which is correct and original to this car. And inside the trunk, drum roll please, let's see what condition the floor is in. Hopefully it's as nice as the quarter panels. And yeah, that's pretty good. Now that is red oxide primer that we see here on the floors, and the discoloration, that is normal stuff. That's pretty typical stuff. That's not holes. That's not even pinholes. That's basically just a surface discoloration. And this little plate right here is part of the dual exhaust system. That right there is the hanger that supports the muffler and the tailpipe on the driver's side of the car. And that's an indicator. This car is an original dual exhaust piece from the factory. So it's a nice clean example of the final year for the Challenger drop top. And again, final year for the big block engine. So if you wanted a non-RT Challenger, the 383 was as hot as things got, and here's one right here. To learn more about this car, go to the High Octane Classics website, and keep in mind that High Octane Classics offers financing opportunities and options with as little as 10% down. They'll also deliver the car to your door, and High Octane Classics does accept trades, late models, daily drivers, you name it, they'll accept it and consider it. So keep in mind, this is a great little unrestored, largely original sheet metal 71 Challenger convertible. Not a lot of these things left.